Hello, dogs. I am just here. This is Wren to let you know that this episode of the Candid Kennel podcast is a little bit spicier than usual. We're going to be talking about some adult topics, particularly related to kink, pet play, pups, and other such things that are a little bit more spicy than we normally talk about. If that's not your vibe, that's totally fine. We have a bunch of other episodes you can go listen to. But if you're interested, stay tuned. Bye. Good evening, and welcome to the Candid Kennel, the only podcast recorded inside a fictional speakeasy where speaking is easy, but barking is better. Come on in, have a drink, and let us furry animals guide you through tonight's topics. I'm your down bad doggy, Wren.
I'm distinctly not a dog.
And on tonight's menu, hot dogs! Multiple,
Yeah,
actually. It's a
2
package
of them.
deal. 2 of them. Who let the dogs out and into the kennel? We did. We let the dogs in. On our very first ever guest episode, we are here to bark directly into your ears about being dogs. So sit, stay, and be good while we discuss. This is the Puppygirl perspective.
So now that we've got the disclaimer out of the way, I'm allowed to say the fuck word, right?
Yeah, fuck. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I know it has been about a month since our last episode. That is mainly due to the fact that we are busy girls. We have been busy.
You're busy. I'm mostly just depressed.
Hey, nah. That counts. That counts as being busy. But yes, like we said, this is a very, very special episode of our podcast, as we have a special little guest. Welcome our first ever guest, the electrifying Aussie Shepherd.
Hi.
Hello! Welcome to the kennel.
Thank you.
How are you finding the drinks?
Wet.
Thankfully.
That's very appropriate for the vibe of this podcast.
We tried serving them dusty, but you wouldn't believe the complaints we got.
Oh
The
god,
sneezing.
yeah.
Oh my god.
We tried this whole dusty cocktail. It was meant to be like a dusty rose, but it just ended up being gross.
Yeah, no. Turns out filling up a cocktail glass with sand isn't very marketable.
Yeah, you think the cats would like it, right? Something about litter boxes? Anyway. Hello, Zap. Welcome to the kennel. We are very, very happy to have you here. As we do with all the start of our episodes, what are we drinking, gang? Fray, what are you drinking?
I'm currently drinking just a regular black tea. You know.
Oh god, you're not drinking water this time?
I'm not drinking water this time. Disgusting,
dinking your
horrifying
oita?
even. I'm not dinking my oita.
Oh my god.
Oh no! And Zap, what beverage do you have?
I have red cordial.
Let's go.
This may shock you, but I'm drinking red cordial.
No way. That's your dog vibe?
Yeah.
And I am drinking in my full cup with a straw long enough to fit inside my fursuit head. I am drinking a iced chocolate coffee with maple syrup and cookies and cream ice cream, also known as the Puppygirl.
White girl drink.
Was that foreshadowing?
What?
Papagato?
No. The long straw bit. Was that foreshadowing?
What? Foreshadowing? That's a literary device.
A literary device. I hear those get used.
Anyway, it's been an interesting month for the dogs out there. Speaking of, I now have a dog in my arms. If we had a visual component, you might have been able to see that I now have a freaking fursuit.
Oh my god,
No
it was
way.
foreshadowed.
Foreshadowing is paying off? We never do that. Alright, I'm not sure I like the new direction this episode is taking.
Yeah.
I have a fursuit now. I have my baby girl made by the wonderful Frog Dog Designs. Thank you, Aries. You have done a beautiful job. This is the most life-affirming thing I have ever received.
Let's go.
Let's go. Zap can also tell us a little bit about fursuiting later in the episode. As a dog who also has one.
Do I say the foreshadowing line now, or do I
No.
Oh
just
my
like...
god, foreshadowing.
Oh my god.
No way, we've moved past foreshadowing. Now we're on to 5 shadowing?
Are these just spoilers?
I think it's conversational. Yes. So Zap, if you would like to, could you introduce yourself a little bit? Pronouns, who your persona is, your general dog vibes.
Hey, I'm Zap. I use she and it pronouns. I am an Australian Shepherd. And yeah, I have a red tail. And I like skateboarding and riding bikes and heavy music.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Dogs on
yeah.
bikes.
Yeah, dog on
Like
bikes.
dog.
Bike dog, dog with a
Dog
bike.
with a bike.
Dog with a
with
bike in his head.
Dog with a bike.
We have you on the podcast today for a very specific reason. Because you're really cool. No.
Oh, that's very specific.
Gay,
Yeah,
gay,
super
homosexual, gay, gay.
Hey, homosexual gay.
No,
it's
no
because you're.
slurs. No.
It's right. We've already said that this is a spicy episode, so we can call each other slurs. It's fine.
All right, cool.
I don't know.
How long till one of us says something that needs to be cut?
How long until I end up being like half my dialogue ends up on the center floor like most episodes?
That's not true.
Oh, sure. So I am not allowed to say something like, I write a latex fetish fan fiction that has over 17,000
You're
words.
still mad about that.
Yes! But only because it's funny. Is this going to end up on the cutting room floor too?
No, because I don't have to cut it this time.
Yet.
Oh gosh. No, we've got you on the pod because you're my dog friend.
What?
You're somebody I do dog things with.
Yeah.
We do lots of gay dog stuff that we'll definitely talk about. We do many a dog thing, like riding bikes and being gay dogs.
And riding each other. Anyway.
Anyway, we'll kind of move to how Zap and I met, how we became the dog friends that we are now. Where did we meet, Zap?
We met at one of WAPA, West Australian Pup and Handlers, kennel clubs? Was it a kennel club?
I think it was at that time it was Tiki, right?
It was a tiki, yeah.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago now, right about.
Yeah. And someone was just making puppy dog eyes at me the whole time.
And you came up to me and scruffled my hair, and I think about that memory daily.
Uh-huh.
That memory
Definitely
is
not
into
down
my
bad.
soul.
No. She's up good.
Yeah, she's up good.
Up good. Who's up good?
I'm down bad for this dog though. Yeah, so we met at the Tiki, hosted by WAPA. Like you said, the West Australian Pups and Handlers, an incredible organization. That it's just a not-for-profit group that lets a bunch of cool pups hang out, and it is where I've met a lot of my closest friends to this day, including this dog here.
Didn't meet me there. I met Zap at Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Many such cases.
Many such cases.
Many such magical cases. That's still pretty gay of you though.
Still pretty gay. Imagine.
Actually, no, it's actually gayer than that.
Oh shit! No, I didn't. Did I actually meet you at a party, or was that?
No. So
I don't remember.
I was dating someone who was
Oh.
dating one of your partners.
Oh,
Yeah.
go on.
And then I'm not naming people because
Oh, okay.
We're not naming people.
but yes, and then I've been friends with that person for ages, and then I think we all just sat down and
Is this what I think it is?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and it have been friends for ages, and then
Yeah. No,
through
that reads.
proxy we are now friends.
And through
Slay.
proxy, I am now friends with Wren.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, it's me. It's my fault.
is your fault. Oh my god.
Yeah, you invited. Okay, so I cannot remember who I met at a party, and I blame alcohol for that. Frankly,
So if I choke on a piece of cookie during the episode, I'm leaving it in because it suits the vibe.
yeah, no,
You just have to talk over me while I.
And I'm
cough
just
my
gonna
lungs
think of
out.
that joke that we can't mention.
yeah. We'll have to think of the joke we can't mention, and never bring it up again. Obviously, that would be fucked up.
That would be super fucked up.
Yeah, having to make Ren cut constantly.
No, no. Yeah, because I'm the one who edits the pod. Oh no.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
yes. So moving back to WAPA, they're just such a wonderful organization that has done a lot for the community at large, both like the queer community here in the place that we live, and the pups around us. They've built a really beautiful space that has, especially as like trans women, really like opened up for us. I think Zap and I can attest to that. Of like over the last 3 years, like the amount of trans dogs that have turned up at Kennel Club.
Infinite
Because
dogs.
what? There was like
It was like
four
me
of
and you.
us.
And now a couple others, but it wasn't much.
And now there's like 20 people.
Yeah, and it's wonderful, and it's super cool. We even have now like a little like name for that group of trans dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our junkyard dogs. Shout out to the junkyard dogs.
So we ain't no cats allowed, I'm sorry.
No, we're allowed a couple cats because
No,
they need to
cats
keep check.
plural. Cats plural.
Oh, because we've already got one cat.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
one. It's like the no homers
Sorry.
sign. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, Fray is a coyote, so that counts.
Technically, I'm still working on what I actually want my Sona to be. One of the things that's in contention is actually a dragon, and that's like,
That's kind of dog coded.
am I just like one of those types of people who's just immediately like, oh wow, dragon? But is that just the hipster in me going like, no, I don't want to be
No, I don't want to be a
too.
puppy. It's too normal.
It's too generic. Twirls hair.
I mean, hey, cats are back in vogue now, right?
Yeah, no. The resurgence of cat girls has been,
The transgender zeitgeist has moved away from cat girls to puppy girls, and
now
now
it's
cat girls are
trendy.
now it's trendy to be a cat girl, and puppy girls are overrated.
What?
Yeah, no.
No.
When are we moving on to lizard girl?
I mean, hey, when Fallout 4 came out, we moved
Oh,
on to
yeah,
lizard
no.
girls.
Listen, I have
True.
seen way too many death claws stacked higher than they are, stacked wider than they are tall.
Yeah.
Hey, we welcome Scalies on this pod too.
Yeah, Scaly's a bit. Well, I might end up being a Scaly. Who knows at this point? But like,
Dragons count as Scalies? I guess so. They got scales.
dragons are scale. What? Huh? How would a dragon not be a Scaly?
Wren,
Yeah,
how much Skyrim have you played?
enough.
What do dragons drop when you kill them?
Bones,
And
The other one?
scales.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, no, but where do the scales come from? Why are the dragons carrying weighted scales? It's
I don't
because,
need to
again,
be quizzed on
they're
if
furry.
dragons have scales or not.
It's because they eat so many Argonians that you got Argonian scales from the dragon belly.
It's osmosis, right?
I
That's
can't
how
believe
it
that
works.
inviting a new member onto the pod means that I'm just gonna get roasted.
Don't worry, it'll shuffle
I
back
didn't
to me
realize
eventually.
this was the fate that I have given myself.
Well, just don't say silly things.
With this character's death,
Don't
the
say silly
fate,
things. That's the
the
point
thread
of
of
the
prophecy
podcast.
is severed.
I can't believe I'm outnumbered now.
Yeah, no, now it's not just me pointing it out. Finally,
No, I'm ruined.
death is nothing compared to vindication.
And yet I'm still expected to keep the pod on track. How dare.
You're the one that has the note sheet.
It's mine.
Heavy as the head that calls themselves host.
Heavy is the host that runs the show.
Oh god, you're so right. Something that I do actually really want to talk about this episode, particularly because we're talking a lot about both the pup community at large, particularly in relation to kink, but also puppy girls as a whole phenomenon. When do we think puppy girlism started?
If I had to stake a guess, I'd say about like 5 years ago.
Yeah, because I'm talking about like when it really took off. I think it was probably like 2020 for definitely no definable reason that could have ever happened in
Yeah,
2020.
no.
I mean, because like before that, it was just like only
Cat girl.
cat girls, and then you'd see foxes and bunnies as well, and that
Yeah.
was it.
But there wasn't really like a recognition of like, oh, girls can be dogs too, because I think there was a little bit of stigma around like particularly women wanting to engage in pet play, particularly when it comes to like pups, because it was considered a very like gay male thing.
Yeah, no, pup play is generally considered a gay male thing. I know this because I have seen a lot.
As have we.
I used to be friends with a bunch of people who are into pup play, and it was like, yeah, no, it's basically all well, no, it used to be all guys, I think is because the point I checked, I was like talking to these people and like actively involved in this community was around like 2018 or 2017, which was not good years for me. But, it was interesting.
We've especially noticed like we just talked about that in the last few years the prevalence of like more than just gay men in the pup scene has like really exploded, and that's great. Like it makes me like incredibly happy, but I think it's so interesting that it's happened so recently when a lot of us have actually been dogs this whole time. I
Yeah.
just think there's been more of a like a recognition of like, oh, more people can actually be involved in this thing.
Yeah, it's about like who can actually get involved in the community rather than just like, these rigid definitions.
Yeah. I don't know, I never wanted to be a cat girl.
No, neither.
I
Yeah.
still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. 26-year-old telling me, "Oh, when I grow up." No, you won't. The economic recession is coming.
Oh no. It's right, we could just be dogs. We'll hide from the fallout that way.
This is the third once in a lifetime recession in my lifetime.
Why do these keep happening to me?
I can't believe I keep living through historical events.
Is it woke?
Oh my, it's woke.
Is it woke to live through historical events?
No, we figured it out. That's why there's so many dog girls, because of woke.
Because of big woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a big part of it was like things that happened in 2020 and people having more time to like
Actually process emotions.
and process and particularly like we can also talk about like how aligns with in the last few years the surge of like people accepting like the Therian label and being like, yo, I actually just want to be an animal.
The large growth of like Therian acceptance is also pretty cool. I have no idea where I fit.
Like it's just great that like these terms of self-expression, I think it weirdly does align with like the fact that the world is absolutely nuts at the moment. It's like, well, if the world is going to be crazy, I might as well just do my weird thing,
I may as well be myself when everything comes crashing down.
right? Like, it's like if everything sucks, might as well make things joyful.
There's been a big rise in the last 5 years of, not to call any of these things cringe, but like people
Fringe is
accepting
dead
cringe.
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
people not caring about, dressing as clowns, being a juggalo, being a furry, being a Therian, like
Yeah, it's great.
dressing like an early 2000s scene kid. Like none
Yeah,
of like
dopamine dressing, as it's called.
yeah, like well, like that's just become a lot more normal, especially in queer spaces of people like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like, and it makes me really happy when I see people like younger than us just being like, "Yeah, I'm a Therian online," and like embracing, the subcultures that they're in. And I'm like, "This is so cool." It's also like a little bit of spite, right? It's being like, "Oh, the government hates me already. Might as well make them hate me more."
Dare I say it? Punk rock.
It's
Kind of
punk.
punk.
It's punk as hell.
I did see at my job when I was serving your average selection of
And you were
regular.
serving cunt.
where I was serving, does the wrist gesture, a bunch of, miserable old people, but like these young kids came through, full scene dress, on their way to see the Minecraft movie, and one of them had their phone absolutely
Yo.
covered in Therian stickers, and I was just like, I don't want to get in trouble with work, but I also want to know I see you, kid. I'm so glad you get to live the life I didn't get the chance to.
You do have the chance to, is the thing. Like, I guess you
Yeah,
just
no. Life doesn't end at like 20. But it's just cool seeing those kinds of people and being like, yeah,
Hey, you've got a good 3 cat.
I got a good 3 years left.
I was gonna say a good 3 cat years. I don't know if those are different to dog years.
Yeah.
You have 6 months. I'm sorry, you have 6 months left.
I've already asked that for my birthday this year, my age be in dog years on the cake.
She's 49.
Damn. Oh wow, so you're kind of a MILF then, huh?
Yeah, it just makes me like so happy that like people are just, especially in our like generation and younger, are just like being like, fuck it, fuck it. Like,
I have a question. I have a logistics question, more a mathematical question. Are you timesing your age by 7 or dividing it by 7? Is your birthday cake just gonna have whatever your age is multiplied by 7? Be like, wow, she's like
I guess it is
she's like 100 fucking years old.
24, 25. No, because I'll be 25. So 25 times 7.
I mean, you could just put like
Right?
2.5 on there. Like,
Yay, you're the one putting the candles on the cake. You figure it out.
I'd rather not put 100 candles on the cake.
Use one of the like, the ones that have the just number on it.
Yeah, 106.9 or something.
Yeah. You guys can figure it out because you'll both be at my birthday anyway. So just figure it out.
We have to make a cake now.
Ah, son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to learn to make
Cold my
cake.
cake, it's fine.
Can't even eat it. I'll use my blessed 5% discount.
I actually prefer the caramel one, but anyway, back on topic. You did mention something in the sneaky little pre-show, Zap. I don't mean to be crass or crude, my dear, but what are you wearing right now?
Pants.
Pants? No, do you happen to have paws?
Yeah, I'm wearing my tracksuit paws.
So
Because
am
I'm a
I.
genius.
I do also have my fursuit paws on.
Just for the audio listeners, we are playing on VR chat right now. We chat.
Yes, we are on VR chat at the moment.
And
Yes,
my
you wanna-
setup is using my arcade fight stick and a mouse so that I can still use my paws and move my character around.
This is us testing to see if we could potentially make our visual component in VR chat. So we'll see. Could be a little. So this is a cute way for. It's like, oh, we have a guest. Let's go sit in a room together.
Oh, we have a guest. Bring out the fine server
Yeah,
channel.
we have to bring out the finery for our guest. VR chat. Oh well. Zap, as you are our very very special guest, I would love your feelings on like what does being a pup and like being a furry, I guess, do for you. What? Why is kind of the big question. Why?
I mean,
why dog?
Points directly at you.
to be
Why?
or not to be dog? That is the question.
That is the question.
Oh god.
What do you get out of being a dog?
I mean, so wa ba 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 ba
Awawa, awawa.
ba.
Oh, sorry, we have to turn back on the human filter. There we go.
I don't know. It's just mostly a release from adult responsibilities, like just being able to relax with all the fucked up shit that's going on. Not to get political.
Please, we're three trans women in a VR chat talking about being a dog. It's already political.
You guys are trends too.
Whoa, wait, really?
Yeah, no. Sorry that this is how you're finding out. We do play VR chat, yeah.
No, I mean it's just getting to be free. Like I said, cringe is free. Like do what you want, just bark, lose your mind with your friend because you saw a video of how wolves howl, and then you had to
We
practice it
did do
yourself.
that.
Yeah, just
We have to explain that for the listeners.
just for everyone at home. We saw a video of a German Shepherd howling, and it's like someone had recorded it howling, and the dog pushes its tongue to the back of its mouth when it howls.
And we tried it, and oh my god, it like reverberates in the back of your throat and sounds so clear.
It's life changing, and I don't think Discord will pick it up if we
No,
howl.
we're not gonna try it
because
on call, but do it now.
No.
So tuck your tongue to the back of your throat and then howl. Oh my god, it's there is a video of us freaking out about it.
Just get to be free.
Yeah. And I think there's a really important thing to be said about like it's a form of expression that can also tie with like your gender and like teehee, maybe my transgenderism is dog.
And like, I don't know, it gives you freedom to just like, cool, I want my hair to look like this, and here's
Mhm.
my persona with hair like this, and oh, what if my tail was this color or this big, or like, I mean, like, it's just I guess body modification, like
Oh yeah.
just being able to just draw yourself or get yourself drawn however you want to appear is like it's
My
Yeah.
most
amazing.
popular reel on my Instagram, the one that has like 3,000 views, which makes me like insane.
Oh,
Um,
you mean 300,000?
300. Yes, I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's 100 times what you said.
300,000 views. Is literally me talking about how I look like my persona. Is being like, oh, I changed my appearance so that I would look closer to the dog that I believe that I am. And it's great. You know, I changed my haircut. I've dyed my hair. I've got tattoos, and I really relate to that level of like, there's something so trans about body modification.
Yeah.
Get more piercings, get more tattoos, look more like your persona.
Oh yeah. Unrelated to current discussion, I'm getting my ears pierced on Tuesday, hopefully. So
Let's
that'll be neat.
go!
Freedom. You went to America and then came back, and now you're getting your ears pierced. Oh my god.
Obviously, I was corrupted by the dirty woke over there.
Yeah, I think particularly as like trans people, we can all kind of relate to that want to like express ourselves the way that we are, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get to be a dog growing up, so I'm doing it now.
I think we both tried to be dogs, but everyone hated that we were dogs when we were kids. And I think that is a part of it too, is reclaiming something that we didn't get.
And I wasn't trying to be a dog when I was a kid. I was trying to be a menace.
That's pretty dog coded.
Yeah, fair.
Real.
But yeah, it's like it's reclaiming a little bit of that playness, right? Like you're allowed to just people don't let adults have fun, so we're making our own fun more.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
playing Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. I hear good things about Magic the Gathering.
I
Segue?
can't believe
That's
that
right.
I have known you for 3 years and you have finally got me to actively enjoy Magic to the point where I'm asking if we can keep playing.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. I
I
can't believe
like
you.
card
to her.
game. Card
I
games
can't believe
are
she plays
fun.
Magic the Gathering. Even Wren plays Magic the Gathering. It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
You got me into it. You built me a deck with a rabbit in it.
She put the rabbit in there. She put the rabbit
I
in
can't
there.
believe she plays Magic the Gathering. That's kind of a deal breaker, not
I
gonna
was
lie.
like, cringe? Dare I say cringe?
Dare a little cringe.
Can't believe I invited two of the most beautiful women in my life onto the podcast and now I'm being bullied. This is
Wow.
horrible. This
What
is
did she
definitely not
expect?
the way that I enjoy women to treat me.
I can't believe she didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
I saw
Play.
something
We're
coming.
not even bullying you. We're doing an Abbott and Costello bit. This is
Bullying if I say it's bullying. That's very bozo coded of me though. Just being like, oh.
Wren, facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh. But yes, being a dog is really cool, and being a trans dog is even cooler.
Up for
yeah.
debate.
Bro, I do. I mean, speaking of people trying to debate, there is something that I do want to bring up though. We are. We've already kind of made this clear, but I'm gonna make it like extra clear. We are also pups as alongside of being furries, and to be fair, huge amount of overlap. However, there are, and we've definitely seen this lately, people who have been really heavily hating on pups and pup gear and pup hoods, while also being like furries and it's like
And queer.
and queer and like trans as well. And Zap, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. It's just like there's this Venn diagram of Therianism and furries and pups, and it's almost entirely a circle. And it's people keep trying to separate it. It's like no, these sure they're
They have distinct qualities.
they've got those distinct features, but it's like we're all the same people who enjoy the same thing in a different form, and like also experience the same prejudices and judgments from people outside of our circles. So like,
Oh yeah.
why are you
Yeah.
bullying us inside of our own circle? Like, we're all queer animal losers here, and like, why are we hating
You
on
know,
each
I'm the
other?
coolest girl in the world.
She plays Magic the Gathering, by the way.
She plays Magic the Gathering. It's kind of disappointing. She's the perfect 10, but she plays Magic the Gathering.
It's just like the pup community, like, and being part of the leather and bear community, like alongside the dykes, is just like the cornerstones of the queer community. Like,
These are our foundations.
Yeah.
it's like these are the people that are out there with their boots on the pavement, as Wren would say.
Yeah, get your feet on the pavement.
These are people out there that are protesting, that are physically fighting for people's rights and stuff, and you're gonna like just be like, oh no, I think pup hoods look ugly because you walked into a gay bar and saw gay men wearing leather and kink gear.
You're wrong. Pup hoods are gorgeous. Like,
Also, yeah, pup hoods are cute as fuck, and you
Yeah.
can grow up about it.
The only real difference between a fursuit head and a pup hood in a public environment is one is a little fluffier, basically.
yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Like for the people that are like, no pup hoods in public, no kink gear in public, it's like, yeah, sure, they have sex in this. They don't have to. They probably do. But guess what?
How many people do you think are fucked in a fursuit?
How many people
How many?
are walking around the streets that have a shoe fetish? Are you gonna shame them for wearing shoes in public because that's kink gear for them?
Oh, that's such a good point.
It's like there's
Yeah.
the people that are, attracted to business attire. Like that's you gonna ban business attire in public? It's just like I don't know. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Some people are horny about money. I think we should ban money. Actually, wait, that sounds kind of
I think we should. No, actually, wait a minute. Let's hear her out for a second.
No, but money can be exchanged for goods and services.
And I'm a service. What?
Oh, yeah, she plays
Damn.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh my
She plays
god.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh my god. I'm ruined.
It's too easy.
If a trans person's like pups, like the leather community has been there, and your supporters, and like
Has
your
been looking
family
after us this whole time.
for
Fucking generations.
like since the 60s when there was a lot of protests and rallies and shit. That's when queer people started existing, right? The 1960s.
Yeah, no,
Since then-
1960. Never
Yeah.
been before that.
Yeah.
They were made up by John Gay, of the Big Gay.
Sure, you can have your own opinion on these sort of things, and you can dislike them. That's fine. But to act like it's like a moral failing of somebody to be into this, or to be doing this, or to be doing in public, is actively like regressive, and I think it's just kind of like shitty. You're allowed to have like a personal opinion about things. That's literally fine. Everybody has personal opinion about shit. But to plaster it online and be like, I hate this thing and you should too, and we should ban it in public space just because. And also, not to mention, a lot of the people spreading that sort of shit are minors, and it's like, why are you even talking about something that you're not meant to be a part of anyway?
I'm not listening to someone who can't access Club Penguin. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, especially if you're calling out the trans community here because it's been mostly trans women I've seen sharing this. Like, you know, trans women with Facebook pages that have 30,000 followers, or, you know, just people with their personal accounts that have 10,000 followers just sharing this and being like, yeah, no, they're kind of ugly and scammy. Like, whether you say, oh, I'm not shaming anybody in the comments, doesn't matter. You already had,
People still see that. We still see that.
you already had,
It's
you know, however many thousands of people see this, and then however many hundreds of people agree with you in the comment section. Just because you retroactively say, hey, I don't hate you, I'm not shaming you, doesn't matter. You already put out
I'm
there,
not shaming you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just posting this in a public place where everyone can see and everyone will judge you.
and I'm
Yeah,
calling
and
it
it's bad
ugly.
faith.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fair, and it disregards our literal like history as a community of the people who have supported us, who have held us through,
handle us.
who's handled yeah who have handled us. Bark, bark, bark.
Handled us.
Like a bike.
Wow.
It's a throwback to bikes.
Throwback to bike. Remember bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like these are our siblings, these are our brothers and sisters. Like, just have a bit more of an understanding that your words like do reach people that are affected by them. I don't know. Which is why we use this podcast to spread community awareness and understanding and a level of like, do your thing, lol, it's fine. Kind of shifting. We talked a little bit about like Therianism, but I kind of want to dig into some of that because it's really interesting. I know a lot of people have their own like personal definitions of what like being a Therian is, but I kind of want to just like talk about our own personal experiences with it. Yeah, for me, like I use the Therian label to basically like as a shorthand to be like the fastest way to give me like gender euphoria and to make me feel good about myself and my body and like the way that I exist is to call me a dog. Like it's an attitude thing. It's a quick way to just be like, you want to make me happy? You want to make me feel gender euphoria? Treat me like a dog. I'm just a puppy girl. I'm just a awoo puppy girl.
Ooh, ooh, I look just like puppy doggy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, being a dog's just fun, and for me, like a lot of my like sexuality and romance and physical ways of being are tied very heavily with my transness, and as an extension of that, it is then tied with like the whole Therian thing. So being a dog is the easiest way for people to be like, this is how I'm gonna treat you in these scenarios to make you happy. I don't know. Kiss me like I'm a dog. I don't know.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. Let me lick your face because it's cute.
Exactly. Although certain people don't like that.
What? Aw. People don't like puppy kisses? What the heck?
And yeah, my partner doesn't like puppy kisses.
I can't believe.
She's allergic to
Can't
dogs,
believe it.
however.
She's allergic to dogs. Dog girls who are allergic to themselves. Hi, that's me.
Damn.
Her family, weirdly, breeds Australian Shepherds.
Did you know that before getting with her?
No. No.
Damn, it was predestined.
Yeah. I'm an Australian Shepherd. Her family breeds Australian Shepherds, and she's also allergic to dogs.
Yeah, I bet she's good at breeding Australian Shepherds. Anyway,
She's a bottom. The irony of
She's breaking up the family business by not breeding Australian
I know,
shepherds.
it's fucked
oh,
up.
what the hell?
Fucked
Yeah,
up.
so Zap, what is like the Therian label mean to you?
I mean, ababa, 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 ababa.
Oh, dog filter. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it's like you asked me about the furry thing before. For me, it's all very intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Venn diagram, for me, it's just a circle. Like 100%. Being a Therian, being a furry, being a pup, it's just a circle. Like
It's all Zap.
it's yeah. Some days it's more one thing. Some days it's more kink. Some days it's more just wanting to crawl up under a desk and sleep and like
It's more kink when I come over. What?
uh-huh. And sometimes I just want to put on my fursuit and just like, look at my paws in front of my face and just have, euphoria about it.
Yeah, and be able to touch my muzzle and like.
Yeah. And then 5 minutes later, needing to take off my head and get in front of a fan because I'm dying because we live in Australia and it's fucking hot. It doxed us
Yeah.
completely.
Dogs aren't great in Australia because of the heat. And then
Yeah.
there's also the
Yeah,
element of
right.
like it's community, right? Like Zap and I have, you might call, an intimate relationship.
It's open for speculation, but
You
yeah.
might call it fucking.
What?
You might.
I think it's a maybe. It's there's a lot going on there. And I think one of the things that like help to empower that intimacy is the fact that we are both dog people.
I actually taught Wren how to be a dog.
That is not
Real.
true.
Yeah, I taught her everything she knows.
That's not true.
Despite the fact that we met at a pup event, I was the first person
Yeah,
to
no,
teach her how to be a dog.
obviously. Yeah, that's how it works, right?
And she plays Magic the Gathering.
Okay, that bit you did actually teach me.
Yeah.
A very
Damn.
important part of being a dog girl is knowing how to play Magic.
Ren plays Magic the Gathering?
I taught her everything she knows in Magic the Gathering.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we are like dogs is actually like a kind of pivotal part of the reason that we are so close, and that yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Being dogs is good. Don't you agree, Fray?
It's okay, Fray. You're an honorary dog.
Yeah, I'm bootleg dog. We still haven't worked out if I am or am not a dog.
Yeah, I put you in a game cartridge. I put you in a Game Boy cartridge, and you would kind of load up, but it would be like kind of weird.
Also, I'd like to clear some air.
Yeah.
It's pronounced coyote, by the way.
Oh my god!
What are you talking about?
Remember in episode 2? Was it episode 1 or episode 2 that we were like, "How do you spell it's coyote"?
It's coyote.
It's coyote.
No. There's no e on it. It's a coyote.
Coyote.
Cow.
E.
Those are just inbred dogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough about coyotes. I just have the fursuit head. That doesn't mean that like
Name 3 coyote albums right now.
no cock like horse cock. There's surely other ones.
Zap. Name 3 dog albums. Go.
Oh, I have one right in front of me on my desk.
So do I.
I mean, it's an EP. It's Furfag. It doesn't count.
Yeah, Furfag.
Yeah.
That's one.
By
Good.
Pent Up Pup. I mean, Pup's self-titled album, Pup.
Yep. 3.
Okay, and let me open Spotify real quick. Oh, what's another dog album? There's so many individual dog songs. Oh, what's it called? No, Necrogoblicon's 2015 album, Heavy Meta.
Yeah, counts.
Goblins are dogs.
Yeah. I thought goblins are kobolds.
Kobolds are dogs. So in Japan, kobolds are little dog people.
Okay.
You should look at Japanese kobolds. They're just little dog bears.
I have watched Dungeon Meshi, yeah.
Yeah, little dogs.
Just because Fray is like me in this podcast and like my fursuit, that doesn't mean like my persona is actually it's complicated. Self-identity, it turns out, is actually quite hard.
Wow.
No, just pick something. I don't know.
Yeah, just pick a side. No.
Just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Pick a lane, Fray.
God, can't believe it.
You could have more than one persona.
Yeah, I mean, I literally do.
There's so many fursuiters I follow that have like
Multi-suits.
oh god, the money for multi-suits first of
Oh
all.
my god.
Let's not even.
I'm just like
Let's not even talk about how much that would.
just thinking about I mean, a lot of the time it is partials, which is like
Yeah.
or just a head.
That's what we have. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's one person I follow, they just have like very generic bodysuit, and they can like switch the heads up, and it just changes the entire suit.
Hey Zap, do you have any? We're talking about fursuits. Do you happen to have any silly fursuit shenanigans you've been up to? Any funny things that have ever happened to you in fursuit?
Okay, so I was staying at Wren's we're just hanging out.
Yeah, we were just chilling.
And it was still the middle of summer, and I decided it'd be a good idea to take some pool fursuit photos.
It was a good idea.
It was a good idea, but someone didn't tell me that there's one step, and then a second step, and then the third step is actually a quarter pipe.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh no.
So and Ren didn't realize when I said I'm getting in the pool that I'm gonna get into the
I
water.
thought you were gonna stay on the step.
I didn't say I was gonna go sit on the steps. I said I was going to get in the pool.
Oh no.
So, first two steps are fine, and then the third step, where you would normally step, it's just like
Whoop.
Yeah,
Banana
I heard
peel.
the Looney Tunes.
you just exactly where you put your foot. When I have limited vision in a fursuit, I couldn't see it either, like at all. Exactly where you put
Yeah,
your foot is
no.
right in the middle of like just a perfect curve, and
Yeah.
my foot just slipped out from under me. And because my fursuit head is quite big and chunky,
It's heavy.
it's heavy, and I just fell back into the pool.
Not too much though. I did catch you.
Yeah,
The back of your fursuit did get wet.
yeah. Back to my fursuit and my paws. My paws were just drenched.
Luckily,
like,
I did. Yeah, your paws did get drenched. Luckily, I did. I did go into immediate survival mode to be like, oh shit.
and
I went into survival dog mode.
and then we spent the next however many hours with hair dryers and fans
A
with the
fan.
fursuit in front of the window, just drying her
Airing
off.
her out.
Worst part is we had to rinse her off first to get all the chlorine out of her.
So she was just drenched. There was really funny photos of just this dog absolutely drenched.
Yeah, it just looked kind of like those pictures you see of like a cat that's been soaked in water, and it's just like all of a sudden they're like, why is it half the size it was before?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We did end up actually getting very cute pool photos.
Yeah,
after, with much more safety precautions.
After the
the very
after-
next day, yeah.
And then we are also going to plan to take pool photos at WAF this year. Which
Yeah,
tickets come out like probably the week that this gets uploaded. So go get your tickets.
all three of us gonna take pool photos at WAF together.
I would like
totally
to.
do that.
I'd like to go to WAF at some point.
Well,
and
let's
yeah.
do it. Yeah. So go get your WAF tickets.
You don't need tickets for WAF to go to the pool at the hotel. Like,
Oh yeah, no. But I do want to go there, and I'm just like, am I gonna have to buy am I gonna have to get a hotel room?
I mean, the way that here's a little con tip for our listeners. You can split up hotel rooms amongst your friends and your loved ones. The way that we're doing it is me, my partner, and Zap are all going to get a room together to save us a little bit of money.
wait,
Yeah.
wait, your partner? I thought you and
What?
Fray were dating. Isn't that what the?
Wait, what? I mean,
allegedly.
Cut this.
allegedly. Cut this part.
And hey, hotel tip. I'm friends with someone who works at a hotel. You can just walk into a hotel and they can't stop you.
That is actually kind of true.
You
like-
can just go into a hotel.
Hotel lobbies are like
public
technically
space,
public spaces. Yeah. So if there is a furry convention happening and you don't wanna like get tickets but you wanna chill with furries, just go into the lobby when a furry con is happening and you'll probably see furries.
You can go get hotel breakfast whenever you want. You can just go to a hotel and get hotel breakfast. Like,
What are they gonna do? Stop you?
what are they gonna do? Charge me $60 for breakfast?
Yes, that they
Yeah,
will do.
actually.
But no, most hotel lobbies and hotel restaurants are actually open to the public, in case you did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Including hotel bars. Go get
Yeah.
yourself a drink. Yeah, so we're hoping to be all at WAF together, which is very exciting. There are also potentially going to be something happening at WAF that we can't talk about yet, but if it goes through, it would be pretty cool. Just, again, literary devices and such.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, no. Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Five
Blah, 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 blah,
shadowing.
But I only have 4 paws.
It's funny when I say it.
No, fucked up.
It's because Zap's a dog.
Yeah.
I think it's something else that is like an interesting part about being a Puppygirl.
Jamangadang Shapurpadog.
Mangadang Dog.
Hmm.
Shout out to Z. Hi Z, if you're listening. Z is our Jamangadang Dog friend.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue your Purpadog conversation.
Yes. I really want to like touch on the fact that there is like a psychological benefit to it as well. Not to get like too deep into how our brains work and stuff, because I barely know that anyway. I'm, you know,
And let's be real, they don't work.
No.
the autism, portism.
No, autism is working more than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find being a dog like maybe there's a little bit of the dissociative aspect of it, of being able to like separate the needs that I require as like a human to just be like, oh, I can just be a dog.
The
Yay.
separation of dog and state.
A dog and state of mind. It is a form, like you said, of like relaxation, where I can just be like, let me make a brain space to where I can just curl up in a dog bed, and it's fine and normal to do that. And it's almost like a level of like personal accessibility. It's like, teehee, I'm giving myself a safe space in my brain, and then you get to
Yeah.
like put that outward, and the rest of the world becomes accessible again. Being a disabled dog sure is a good time.
Yeah.
It's
How it
it's
goes.
hard out here for dogs. Moving swiftly along to our new, I guess you could almost call it a segment. Do we have a name for mail time? For
No,
fucking at the mailman?
Oh, no, this is boy moding, right?
What?
It's a mail time. It's boy moding, right?
Yeah,
Mail
no, this is what I do
time?
for work.
No, welcome to ordering drinks at the bar. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Welcome to listening to people's problems at the bar.
Yes, that's exactly what this is. People have hopped up onto the bar stools, and we are simply listening to their problems, and we're going to assist.
Yeah.
So I have reached
Name in
out
progress.
to. I have reached out on my Instagram mainly for questions that people have sent in.
Whoa, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Renzoy.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna go through some of these questions from folks and give our best doggy answers to them. One comes from our lovely dog friend Egg.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Egg.
Egg.
Egg asked, how many puppy girls are there per capita? I think this is a good question for Fray. Fray's the scientific mathy one.
Oh god.
Quickly
Fray, how
figure it
many
out.
puppy girls do you think there are per capita? Per
Per capita?
capita.
Are we talking about just like puppy girls, or are we talking about like pup people, or are we talking about like trans puppy girls,
Egg
or
did ask puppy girls specifically, but with a U, so I think that means trans. Puppy girls?
so trans people are about like what, 1% of the population, maybe 2%.
Uh-huh.
Perth has about 3 million people. That's about 30,000 people, I guess.
Whoa, 30,000 dogs.
No, that's 30,000 trans people.
That's 30,000 trans
Oh.
people. I'm trying to figure out how would you quantify puppy girls as
Okay,
a.
well, here's the question, right? There's two dogs in this chat and one kind of dog. So every two
Okay,
of
so
three.
statistically, every single one of them.
Yeah,
Okay, sorted.
okay.
We'll call this a wrap.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Woohoo! So a lot, I think is the answer.
Even more in dog years.
To take like an actual little bit of advice from this question, it's you could definitely find like members of your community if you actually go out and look for them. There's a lot more like you don't have to worry about being like feeling like you're isolated. You're always gonna be able to find people that will relate to the stuff that you're like into.
See, I had this conversation at a party we went to with some Americans about how
Yes, we did.
crazy isolated and also spread out Perth is.
Mhm.
With like, it's very common here to like drive 2 hours, like be like, oh yeah, my friend lives in this suburb.
Yeah, I take the train for like an hour and a half just to get to Zap's place.
Yeah, it's like it's very common in here to travel for over an hour for 40 minutes, like to see somebody or to get to work even, like, and we have like Perth is literally the most isolated capital city on the planet, and if we here can find a community of puppies, of people who play Magic the Gathering, or anything,
And have a convention.
have a
Yeah.
have a furry convention, you in whatever country you live in can find somebody. Like the
Yeah,
like
there's always someone.
the circumstances here in Perth that lead us to be able to we've got the odds stacked against us here. Trying to
Oh yeah, no.
I think, funnily enough, having to work a little bit harder to make those connections, make them more like empower them a little bit. I think it's oh, I have to make a very intentional choice to be I'm gonna go see Zap today. I need to plan, I need to pack, and I need to make my way there. It's oh, I'm playing Magic today. I need to make sure that I've got all my stuff. I need to see who I'm carpooling with, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It almost fosters a space to put the effort in.
but also be kind when people can't put the effort in, because it is
Yeah, of course.
especially
of
yeah,
effort.
it's a lot of effort. Like if me and my partner lived, it was a 40-minute drive in car direct, like with a highway.
In between you, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I had to take public transport, it can take up to 2 hours sometimes, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of that's a long time. That's 2 hours there. That's 2 hours back. That's just that's half. That's like half a shift. Like that's just 4 hours is a long time to just be sitting down on a train or a bus. Like
And I mean, I do that a lot when I come over to you as well. When I go home, it's oh, I need to, when I bring Wren with me nowadays, I bring a big old duffel bag, and it's cool, I've got to carry a duffel bag home with me.
to be fair, it gives people a lot of time to listen to podcasts, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the Howling Salt Mine
Yeah.
podcast. I'd like to shout out. Speaking of Magic the Gathering.
We'll get to the shout out bit at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Egg, for sending in your question. We love you.
Yeah.
You're real cool.
So cool.
Next question we have is about tails. We have a question about tails.
Oh my god, like Miles Tails per hour?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
I wish. We have a question asking which is better, nub tails or long tails? I guess we'll take a individual vote. You can start, Fray.
Long tails. Next question.
What?
Long tails.
Oh, Sexy Tails, the long ones, yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Oh no, I know that one.
There is a story here.
There is a story here. This is one of my most embarrassing moments.
Can I share this?
Yes, because I know you're also going to share the delightful culinary experience story later in the pod.
Oh, I wasn't, but you brought it up now, and you
No!
have to talk about that. You done it. You do it to yourself.
I do it to myself.
Uh,
Okay. Zap, tell the story.
So we went to WAF last year, and it is in a little place called Fremantle. And there's a lovely market that's very busy,
Very busy.
like 100-meter walk from the hotel. So we went there. We were both wearing our tails, and I have not an excessively sized versatile.
Oh, it's excessively sized.
No, it doesn't touch the ground. It's not.
It does. Remember, it touches stairs when you walk down.
It touches stairs when I walk down there, but it doesn't. It's not like one that drags on the ground all the time.
No, it's not a tail dragger.
No, it is. It is quite large, and Wren was wearing which tail was it? Was it when your
It was the one
friend
that
made?
our friend Dreamy made.
Yeah, and it's just a small. It's just a little tail, just
little
a
white
bit
tail.
more casual, little more casual to wear. And as we were walking through the markets in our tails to go get lunch, some lady stopped us and questioned us about tails, and she was very sweet and
was
complimenting us. But she stopped towards the end of the interaction and was just like, "You," pointing at me, it was like, "You have the sexy tail," and then pointed at Ren and was like, "And you've got a cute tail."
And I have never been more insulted in my goddamn life.
Yeah, no, she was just pointing out which one of you was the top and which one was the bottom.
Yeah.
I
think you're correct. I think you're correct. I think you're correct, Fray. I think
It's just a polite way of saying it.
I think Wren's reaction also affirms what
No,
you're
because
saying.
when we get to the next part of this podcast, because this podcast is in 2 parts, teehee, we will talk about that. j- uh, moving on.
Sorry, what kind of tails do you like?
I like long and swishy tails because you have a long and swishy tail.
Damn right.
Yay.
You're damn right I do.
I actually, in my preference, I actually really like tails with curls in them.
Yeah,
Which we
my
both
tail-
have.
Yeah, my tail has kind of a curl.
Yeah, mine is. What did you describe my tail as last week?
A prawn. It's a shrimp.
It's as shrimple as
Little
that.
little shrimp. Oh, it's what you put on the Barbie, I hear.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So yes, curly long tails is pig.
She got a shrimp. I got that king prawn. And that's right. We said it was a lobster because it's red.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Another question we have here is, how do you decide what kind of dog you are? That is a pretty personal question actually, and I think we all kind of have a different story about that. And I mean, Fray, you can sort of
Yeah. How do you decide what your fursona is, Fray?
yeah.
okay, so step 1, start screaming and don't stop.
Also, your VR chat model has a little snaggle tooth, and it's so cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's
Yeah.
very cute. We will post what we look like on my Instagram. Don't worry.
I am still trying to figure out what I want my main sona to be. My main sona for a long time has been a little cat called Cloudy, but unfortunately I just don't click with them anymore, so I'm kind of between sonas at this point and slowly working out through a process of either elimination or just like which ones I vibe more with. Yeah, and figuring out which ones I actually do like want to represent me. Problem with this is uh well, I have some form of messed up personality disorder, which means there's more than one of me in my head.
Well,
Any such cases?
Many such
many
cases.
such cases.
So it's just mess. Complicated mess. There is no good answer from me, at least.
I think that's like a really important part, funnily enough, is like not to put too much pressure on yourself to figure it out.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually. It's just,
Something that Wren does for people quite often is
Mhm.
offering to draw their personas for people who don't have personas.
I have done this at parties. It's my favorite party trick.
Yeah, just after a little, I'm gonna say interrogation, not as a bad word, just a little like.
No, I'm also just asking like, what kind of dogs do you like? What kind of things do you like? What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite color? Do you have like a favorite flower, or like a scent you like? Things like that. And I'm able to just sort of build like an internal picture, and then I sketch them, and I'm like, does this feel right? And if it doesn't, then I edit it.
I like the last one you did because
Yeah, that one was a really beautiful moment,
there was a purple pup at the party.
and we got along really well because
Yeah.
I'm also a purple pup.
Yeah, and they wanted to be engaged with the furry community more, but they didn't have persona. And Ren just kind of sat down and chatted with them, and we're like, "Hey, like, what do you like?" And they're like, "Oh, I kind of like was thinking like music vibes." And then they showed us this album that was really
Album cover.
Japanese. The album cover was really like Japanese inspired, and so we settled on an Akita, and because they're purple,
Huh.
we called them Taro.
Yeah.
So they're a purple Akita named Taro.
And the response we got was just like beautiful, and it's things like that, and that almost like shorthand of conversation and connection that keeps me coming back and that keeps me here in the community. I have experienced nothing that like emotionally resonant in any other space.
Yeah, that moment of persona euphoria of seeing it for the first time.
And being able to give that to somebody, like I got
Yeah.
emotional watching it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how I picked my persona.
Yeah, how'd that happen, Zach?
So I mean, I was a dog before I picked my persona. I wasn't sure what kind of dog, and I just decided I really liked, calico and tortoiseshell animals, and I was just like, literally one day, many years before I even had a persona, I was just googling what kinds of dogs are calico, and then just landed on Australian shepherds, and they're really cute, and it's actually very fitting for me.
Yeah, you are such a
Hmm.
ship. You're excitable and playful, and you're bitey.
And I also have
That's real.
I have other personas I like. My first persona was a Digimon. Is Gilmon.
Oh, go on.
Yeah,
Yo,
Gilmon was my first
real.
persona. I still have a folder on my phone of so much art I've saved of Gilmon. I never commissioned anything because I didn't understand the furry community when I started. And I was just like, just Google imaging and saving furry art of Gilmon. But like,
Yeah, that's kind of real.
if I was,
Yeah.
I think if I was to buy a second fursuit, it would be a Gilmon fursuit because I've seen some and they're the cutest thing, and I would like to shout them out. I will find them later. But there's someone making like a fully animated, like
That's so cool.
full mouth moving, eye moving. It breathes out fire. The fursuit breathes out fire. I'm not talking shit. It has a smoke machine in the mouth and an orange light that makes it look like it's breathing fire, and it is the coolest shit ever.
That's
That
rad
is
as
really
hell.
cool.
If we can find a link to that, we'll put it in the
I
Instagram
will
post.
I will find a link for that for everybody. I follow them on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I have a real, and I've also explained this on the pod a couple times, of like, the reason I'm a borzoi is because it's similar to my body features. I am quite tall and quite slender, and I have found like a real. I used to be really like bothered by being like the body type that I am, like particularly being so lanky and gangly. So picking the dog breed of Borzoi like is a way for me to honor that and love that part of myself, because I think,
Reclaim it
yeah, and claim it. And I think Borzois are gorgeous dogs. They're so elegant and like
and
they're very
stupid.
cute
And they're very stupid.
and a little bit dumb.
No, no. When would Wren ever be a little bit stupid?
Teehee.
I know she still taps her creatures to block sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
Don't worry. That's an almost universal like new
Yeah,
Magic
no.
player experience. That
Every
like
single new Magic the Gathering player does that.
that it's not you. It's just literally
It's not you,
like
it's me.
it just makes sense. That's how you use a creature is you turn
Yeah.
it sideways. Like that's
Yeah.
just kind of it.
That's just how it works.
I don't have to be I don't have to be smart, I just have to be pretty. And I'm very good at being pretty. I think that will conclude our little Q&A section. And I think for this part of the pod, I think that will mostly conclude our Puppygirl discussion today. However,
Yeah.
surprise, surprise, there's a part 2. What?
hmm
Who could have guessed? The part 2 that we're going to be moving to in a little bit will actually just be a bit more of a private chat between Zap and I, where we talk a little bit more about the spicy stuff, the intimate stuff.
He's talking about sex.
Yes, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be
Yeah.
talking about sex. Um,
Yeah.
and the reason that we want to do that is to kind of help soften some stigma and talk about our own experiences and how.
Stigma dick in your
Stigma.
ass.
Stigma.
God damn it!
You can't just say stigma while talking about sex and not expect us to say stigma dick in your ass.
So funny.
Yes, we want to talk about that because it is a bit of like, it is in a sense a cornerstone of at least our puppy girl experience, of our experience of being dogs, and we would like to share it with you, and we feel comfortable enough to do that. And yeah, so we'll just be Zap and I. We will do our normal outro, and then we'll see you in the bedroom, I guess. Yeah, we're actually be in the private room around the back of the Candid Kennel
Oh yeah, no.
that only I have the key to. So as for the actual Candid Kennel, we are closing the blinds. We are putting away the glasses. Please, one of you close properly tonight. I don't want to come in the morning. It's like, who did closing? Please, like, put away the stools properly. Don't forget to mop. One of you spilled drinks on the floor, and we need to actually mop. I think it was you, Zap. Zap, did you spill a drink on the floor?
You know, I have to say about that. My controller turned off.
Oh.
Fuck. I was gonna Tifo a spin. Fuck.
Missed it. Fucked
Thank
up.
you. Something that we always do every night here at the Candid Kennel is a shout out to a person, place, organization, or thing that we believe deserves some love. Mine will absolutely go to Wappa. Love you, dog, so much. You have given so much to both me and Zap and to the community at large. We are more than happy to be advocates for that space and to give you the promotion that you guys deserve. You're brilliant. I hope that some of you see this and listen to this, feel the love that we are trying to give, and we will continue to support the events that you guys put on. And thank you so much for everything that you do for our community.
Kinda real.
Fray, who would you like to shout out today?
I don't know.
Kmart.
Don't really have anyone to shout out. Shout outs to Zap for showing up to this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout outs to my absent partner who was supposed to be on this episode, but is unfortunately the sickest dog you've ever met in your life.
The dog with every illness.
The dog with literally every illness.
We love you, Synth.
Nurgle blessed dog.
Yeah. World's most nurgled up dog.
Yeah, it's so nurgly.
When you're feeling better, we'll have you on a different episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we can talk about sex still.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously. Duh.
Duh.
Except the private conversation will be me this time.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Zap, who would you like to shout out?
I'm gonna one up Wren. I'm gonna shout out the junkyard dogs.
Hey.
Me and Wren have a little Instagram group with a bunch of queer dogs and furries and pups and therians, just local friends that, you know, are all dogs basically. And I don't know, we just
Kinda real.
share art and organize hangouts, and yeah, it's cool. Yeah, just a bunch of
Yeah.
close IRL dog friends. We go do silly stuff sometimes.
Yeah. And I think that closes us out, I guess.
I do believe so. So
Yeah.
I hope that you have all enjoyed. Thank you so much, Zap, for being here. You've done an awesome job, and I'm gonna go steal you away into a private room soon. Teehee.
Wait, I'm being dragged here against my will. Somebody save me.
It's fully consensual.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. And we will see you again soon. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.